Hi again, this is Unit 1 review video part 2. So on the first video, it's just cut off while I was saying assume. So let's assume that this question that we solved at the end of Unit 1 review video. So let's see that instead of having -3 here, let's see that we have -19, right? So plus 3x plus 1 equals 18. So let's see that we have, positive 19, right? So let's see that was the equation. Instead of -3, we had 19. So what would we do? We subtract 19 from both sides. 3x plus 1, that will be -1. Then we end up with 3x plus 1, absolute value equals -1/3. And then we had to stop here because once we isolate the absolute value, if we have a negative number on the other side, that will be no solution. So I think on the same page, if you look the equation on 21, or if you look up the question 21 here, to be able to solve it, we subtract 5, and then we end up -10x minus 9 equals -38, and then we will divide each side by 2. So that will be -10x minus 9 equals -19. There's no need for us to continue. We could easily write down no solution. So this is one of the things that you need to pay attention and maybe think about it as you are getting ready for test 1. So I forgot to take myself off from the video. Let me just do that, and then we'll continue with the problems. Okay, so the next problem I chose was from that package, from that document, is absolute value inequalities. So it's same principle. We have to isolate the inequality, then we need to deal with it, right? So I'm going to subtract -9, so that will be -5, 6x minus 5. That will be greater than equal to -65. All right, there are a couple of things that we need to pay attention here. First of all, we're dividing it with a negative number. As soon as I do that, I need to switch the sign. Multiplying or dividing with a negative number causes that 65 divided by, that's 13. So we end up here with this. So this is an absolute value inequality. It's not an equation. And the way it opens up, I prefer to do it this method. You can prefer something else. You're more than welcome to choose. Because it's less than or equal to, that will open up as a compound inequality. So it will be -13 less than or equal to 6x minus 5 less than or equal to 13. We're going to add 5, all three sides. That will be -8 less than or equal to 6x less than or equal to 13 over. Oh, no. Right, hold on. Okay, I messed up here. So we're adding 5, so that will be -8. Okay. Alright, so that will be 18. And then we divide by 6. Alright, so that will be -8 over 6 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. So we're probably going to ask on the question in the test or anywhere else, show it in an interval form. So the interval form will be -8 over 6, 3. So one question comes up to your mind, do we need to simplify this -8 over 6? I'm fine with this. If you really want to go one step further, you can write it this way also. Be careful that these should be bracketed because of these little lines, and be careful that you need to convert from inequality form to interval form. Right, so that's the other question I wanted to emphasize. Let's see what else. Okay, so this is a question, both of them operations with complex numbers. So let's do both. First of all, write negative square root of 9 is equal to 3i. Right, so then that will be minus 3i plus 8i plus, as I'm writing this, I'm going to do that, 3 minus 21i. So open up this parentheses, that will be 10 minus 6i plus 8i plus 3 minus 21i. So combine like terms. These are the terms with I. These are the constant terms. So 10 plus 3, 13. And we have here negative 6 plus 8, 2, negative 21. That will be negative 19i. Right, always remember how to convert negative square root to complex number, and then start the operations, and don't forget to distribute over the parentheses, and so on and so forth. So this is a multiplication, part B. So now we need to open up a binomial. So this is one term, so that will be negative 24 minus 8i, and this is the green term, if you will, plus 30i plus 10i squared. Just remember that I squared equals negative 1, and then so that will be negative 10, and that will be negative 24 there, so that will be negative 34, and 30 minus negative 8, that will be 22i. Okay, that will be the simplified form. Okay, so this is a type of question that identify the solution of each system. So we expect you to see from the graph what is the graphical solution of that. So their intersection points. Make sure you see that. So this is a point that negative 6, 4, and this is a point of negative 1, negative 1. So negative 6, 4, and negative 1, negative 1. That will be the solution. And there's many other, this is infinitely many solution one. Okay, this is a good problem about how to write the systems of equations and then solve it, if you will. And this is a very classic problem to work through. You need to define your variables first and then write down the equations, right? So, for instance, I'm going to define here x, price of French cheesecake. So what matters here, is it the price or is it the amount, right? Cheesecake, y will be equal to price of chocolate. Cheesecake. So knowing that, now let's write it down. So Chelsea sold 9 French cheesecakes and 11 chocolate cheesecakes for a total of 197. So the equation will be 9x plus 11y is equal to 197. And then Ariana sold 3 French and 1 chocolate so that will be 3 French and 1 chocolate, and she made $31. Okay, so this part is like 10 points if it is a 15-point question, or if it is a 10-point question, this part is 8 points, because solving it, you can solve it by using your TI 30x or 36x. They have that function in there, and honestly I don't mind. But what are you defining as x and y? The price or number of cakes? So that's what matters, so pay attention to that. And here how you want to solve it, for instance, I can multiply this equation by 3, and you can use substitution, not necessarily elimination method. So 9x plus 11y is equal to 197. This will be 9x, let's multiply by -3, so that will be -9x minus 3y equals negative 3,33923. Okay, and then we will have 8y equals, okay, let's see, gives 197. Hold on, 197 minus 93, that's 104. Okay, divide by 8. So y will be equal to 13. Chocolate cheesecake. And then if you plug in for x for any of these equations, x will be equal to 6. $13, $6 for cheesecake, French cheesecake. Okay. Right. That's that one. Okay, I can solve one more video because they are 15 minutes. Lots. Okay, let's see if we can go for this one. So this is a system of equations with 3 variables. However, here, if you look at the last equation, you already got the solution there. So then b will be equal to 4. So then we're going to rewrite these 2 equations by using b equal 4. So that will be -5a, -4 times 4, that will be -16 minus 6c equal 21. That will be a minus 8 minus c is equal 11. So if I want to rewrite this first equation, that will be -5a minus 6c equals 37. That will be a minus c is equal to 19. Right, so you're solving systems again, but this time in 2 variables. So I'm going to multiply this one with +5. So then that will be 5a, -5a, -6c equals 37. This will be 5a, if you distribute that over, minus 5c equals 50, 45, 95. Alright, so that will be done. So I will have -11c here. 37 minus 95, 132. C will be equal to, divided by 11, 12. And if you, so I've got B, I've got C here. If you go ahead and plug in C for here, 12, so A will be equal to 31. All right, there will be part 3 of, E is 4, yeah. C is -2. Did I make a mistake that one? No. Right, if I made, I think I made a mistake on this